Please welcome Mike Fan, a student of Laurier's music program, to lead us in the singing of O Canada.
Love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. But keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Mike, for leading us in the singing of our national anthem. Convocation is now in session. Please be seated.